Hey guys, so this past week I played Hydreigon EX with Blissey at my locals. I had played 4 games, but I was only able to record 3 because my phone did die during one of the games. But they were still really good games, and I'm excited to show you guys how those games went. But let's first go over the deck. Here's the deck box that I used for the event. It's the really cool LAIC deck box. I wish it was a little bit more sturdy. This one is one of those that you have to kind of build yourself, and they're a little bit flimsy, but it still looks cool. You got the Venusaur, Mega Venusaur EX there on the front, and then you got all the 3 bad boys here on the back. Pretty cool deck box. I do love using this guy. So yeah, let's get straight into the deck list. The main engine here is going to be to try to set up your Blisseys at the beginning of the game. Make sure you have enough so that you can start moving energies around throughout your game. So I do play 3 Blissey EXs, 3 Chansey EXs, and I love this Chansey just because you do get that lucky bonus ability where if you draw this from your prize cards and you have space on your bench, you can put it onto your bench, you flip a coin, if you hit heads, you get an extra prize card, and that does come up in one of the games. So yeah, really cool Chansey. I love this card, and I am really sad that it is going to be rotating. It is a G, so I won't be able to use this guy anymore, but still happy to have been used it for this video, I guess, and for the times that I have played it. Next up is Hydreigon. This is going to be the main attacker you're going to be wanting to build up with. Love both attacks, Crashing Headbutt 200, discard the top 3 of your opponent's deck, or Obsidian. It costs a lot of energy, but with Blissey, you are able to set it up pretty quickly, move energies around. You also have things like the Glass Trumpet to accelerate energies. So yeah, really easy to set up in this deck towards the end game. And it does 130 to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, as well as the active Pokemon. So 3 total Pokemon, you're doing 130 damage. That is a lot of damage that you're moving around. So really strong card. Love this card. And I'm kind of excited to see how it'll do in the next format once rotation happens. I'm still going to have my eye on this deck. I have a lot of fun playing it. So I got 2 of those, 1 Zweilous, 2 Deino, which by the way, sorry, throughout the video I call Deino Zweilous. Yeah, just wasn't familiar with the cards, and I couldn't see the names in the video when I was doing the commentary, so yeah, apologize ahead of time. So it's a 2-1-2 line of Hydreigon. Then we got these one-ofs. We got Pecharunt EX, Fezandipiti EX. I do play some Japanese cards. My locals is pretty good about, just like for locals, if it's not a challenge or a cup, they let us play Japanese cards or proxy cards. So pretty cool there. We got the Pecharunt, Fezandipiti for some draw. We got 2 Munkidori, so we can move some damage around. Munkidori is always good. And if you can play it in any deck, you should. Then we got Terapagos EX and Wellspring Ogerpon EX. These are just the other basic Terra Pokemon that I have to be able to activate things like my Glass Trumpet, because you can't play Glass Trumpet unless you have a Terra Pokemon on the bench. And these are also both good attackers, and Wellspring Ogerpon does carry me in some of the games in today's video. So yeah, Wellspring Ogerpon, I always loved it just to be able to do some stall tactics and stall things in the active. Hey guys, as I was editing, I realized that I'm missing 1 Pokemon. I do also play the Lillie's Clefairy EX, but I think I ended up taking it out to put it into another deck, which is why it's not here in this list. But I do play a Lillie's Clefairy EX as well. That is very important because it does come up in a lot of matchups, but mainly the Dragapult EX matchup. Now going into the item cards, the A spec that we do play in the deck is going to be the Precious Trolley. I just love Precious Trolley. A lot of decks that I've played in the past have used Precious Trolley. My first day 2 at a regional was a deck playing Precious Trolley. So yeah, I love this A spec, and I'm glad that I'm still going to be able to use it. It is a regulation H, so A specs will still be available. Right? I think so. I think A-specs are still available after rotation, so I'm probably going to be playing this for another few months to go. So we got the Precious Trolley. We only got 1 Rare Candy, but that's really all you need. It's just in case you need it to set up your Hydreigon EX. It's easy to grab because we do play 4 Arvens, so in a pinch, if you do need to grab it, you can always grab it with that Arven. 1 Rare Candy, 2 Night Stretchers, only 1 Counter Catcher, 2 Ultra Balls, 1 Switch. Really good to be able to move your Blissey out of the active because it does have a 4 retreat cost. We got Earthen Vessel, just one of those. Glass Trumpet, one of my favorite item cards. It's just so good to be able to accelerate energy from your discard. So it allows you to move 2 energies, but only to 1 Pokemon each. Then we play the Turbo Energizer. So first turn, you always want to go Arven for the Precious Trolley and the Turbo Energizer, and start moving and start accelerating energies, usually to your Hydreigons or your Blissies or whatever it is you want to set up, because you have a lot of options in this deck. We got 1 TM Devo in case you are able to spread some damage around but weren't able to take some knockouts on some stage 2 decks. You then can go for a TM Devo and take out all those stage 2 Pokemon. Then for the tools, the last few tools, we got Heavy Baton and Counter Gain. Both great. Love Heavy Baton to attach it onto my Blissey if I am attacking with it. It does then let me move all those energies to my bench Pokemon in any way I like. And then the Counter Gain is just good because you generally are behind in this deck. So it does help things with like the Hydreigon EX. That last cost of the energy is a colorless, so you can use the Counter Gain as the cost for that last colorless energy. And then Stadium, we got 2 Area 0 Underdepths. For supporters, this is where the new cards come in, because this by the way, this is a deck of my own creation. I built this deck from the ground up. I've been playing it for a while now, but I stopped playing it. And then I did add some new cards to it with the new sets. So mainly in the supporters. So we got 4 Arvens. We got 4 Ionos. You always want to disrupt. I am very sad that this is going to rotate. Love this as a disruption card. I think everybody does, and everybody's going to be sad that it rotates. Then we got 2 Boss. So we got 2 Boss and 1 Counter Catcher. That's all of our gust options. 1 Professor Turo Scenarios. We do got a lot of high HP Pokemon, so if they put some damage on there, we can then move it or take it out with the Professor Turo. And then here's where the new supporters come in. This is basically what makes I feel like just the addition of these supporters makes this deck a lot better than it used to be, because I built this deck before these cards were available, and now that it feels much better with them. So we got 2 Dawns and 2 Lillie's Determination. Lillie's is just great to be able to draw a bunch of cards at the beginning of the game, and then Dawn is just good to be able to grab whatever Pokemon you want. In this deck, you always want to be grabbing the Blissies, the Hydreigons, and any basic that you want here. So yeah, these two supporters make a lot of difference in this deck. And then finally for the energies, we have 3 Dark, 2 Metal, 2 Psychic. These are all the different energy types that Hydreigon needs. And then we do have the 1 Water for the Wellspring Ogerpon to be able to use its second attack. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. This is my deck, my own creation. I built this one from the ground up, as I said. Love it. I think it's a lot of fun to play. So if you guys want to try it out, definitely try it out for yourselves. It does. I feel like it does take some while to get used to it. You have to know the lines that you want to go for, but once you do, I feel like it's a deck that has a lot of options and it's a lot of fun to play. So yeah, let's go into the games now. Alright guys, so first round I am up against Cynthia's Garchomp, and usually when I play against this deck, they always pop off. I always feel like I'm up against the ropes, if I don't respond, then I'm kind of behind. But luckily against this particular Cynthia's Garchomp, his start looked to be a little bit slow. He just benched the what's that called? The Gibble, touched the energy and that annoying tool card, but I also unfortunately had a slow start. I just have the Mew and no other Pokemon, so I'm worried here. If he's able to evolve and then evolve into the Garchomp and start attacking, if I can get no Pokemon, then I'm pretty much dead here. And unfortunately, he was able to get the Gabite here, so he's rolling now. He's able to get some Pokemon, but I did notice that his hand otherwise is pretty dead, other than this Gabite that's allowing him to get more Pokemon. So if I don't top deck something good, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble here. He attaches an energy to his other Gabite, another tool card, and then passes the turn. So, okay, I guess he does attack. I don't know how much damage that does. My dice are super tiny. But yeah, I just attach another energy and pass. Still no supporter. No Pokemon search, nothing really. And he's chaining his Gabites here now. He has already evolved into the Garchomp, so he can start attacking with his first attack, which I believe does 100 damage and allows him to draw until he has 6 or 7 cards. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't prepare for these videos, so I just go off of memory. I don't have a script or anything, but yeah, he attacks for 100. The good thing that I do have going for me is that I am resistant to fighting, so he's not doing the full 100 damage. I was able to get another Pokemon, and then what I do is I copy his first attack so that I can start drawing some more cards because I need to get out of this situation. And from what I remember, I don't think my card, okay, I did get an Arven, so that does bail me out for the next turn, but this Mew is going to be going down, so he's going to be ahead on the prize race. But this deck does have a lot of tricks up its sleeve, so right now I'm just thinking, what can I trap into the active? I was able to get the Teal Mask Ogerpon, so for my next turn, I'm definitely going to be targeting that Rosalina, something that can't really attack, and we're going to try to stall it in the active spot. So right now, this Mew is going to be going down. I think he uses his first attack. He's able to knock it out with the first attack. My Mew did take a few attacks already at this point, and yeah, I'm able to play my Arven. I grabbed the Ultra Ball. For some reason, I guess I prized my A-Spec because I do play the Trolley in this deck, and I get an Ultra Ball and a TM Turbo Energize. Let's see what I discard here. Looks like I discard the Hydreigon EX and the tool card that I had just picked up in favor of the Energy. And I'm assuming that I have the Counter Catcher in hand from what I remember. And I also have the Glass Trumpet, which is one of my favorite cards. I just love being able to accelerate energy in this deck. It's so good to be able to do that. And yes, I did have the Counter Catcher in hand. I Counter Catcher the Roserade. And how did I draw cards there? Oh, my Mew. Okay, I guess I was able to play my hand down to 0. So that's always really cool to be able to do that and then draw 3 with Mew. And it's even better if you're able to top that off with a Fezandipiti to draw 6 cards. But yeah, I was able to trap the Roserade successfully here. I was correct in that his hand wasn't really good. I honestly don't know if the Garchomp deck has any way to counteract this type of play where you trap something in the active. I don't know. I don't think they play switch cards because they bank on their Garchomp, which has free retreat. And I don't know if they play any supporters like Turo. I imagine they would because they would want to like try to take out any Garchomp that's really damaged because they do have a lot of HP. But he passed it on to my turn. I go ahead and Mew again for 1 card. And I think I'm just going to continue this stall tactic. Play the Iono since he does have quite a few cards. And I'm able to bring him down to 4 cards in hand. I, on the other hand, still have not taken any prizes. So I still do draw the full 6 amount. And I finally get a Hydreigon down onto the bench. So eventually I am going to be trying to take out all the Roserades because if they do have a Roserade in the active, they are going to be able to knock out my Hydreigon. So that's going to be my plan. I'm going to keep stalling here until I can get into a Hydreigon and then take out all the Roserades. He also did play a lot of his Gatorades to thin down his hand. So yeah, that's good because he's not able to use those either to get up to those big numbers and knock out my Pokemon. One thing I honestly did forget is that my, I always forget this, but the Blissey is weak to fighting. So if the Garchomp attacks into the Blissey, it's an easy knockout. He does have to use his second attack because I do have 300 HP. But with the Roserade, I think if he has like 1 or 2 Roserades, he is able to actually knock it out with just 1 Roserade. I think he actually needs 2 because it does 100. I think the Roserade is plus 30, so that's only going to be doing 260. So yeah, he does need 2 Roserades, and if I'm able to take them all out, he won't be able to do that. But I wasn't even thinking about that, honestly, because I totally forgot that Blissey is weak to fighting. I was just trying to set up my Hydreigon, and thankfully I am getting all the pieces to do just that. I'm loading him up, and right now I still don't have quite the pieces to knock out all the Roserades, so I just keep stalling the Roserade in the active, and my opponent just can't do anything about it. Oh, and here I am looking at the tool cards because none of the other Roserades have the tool card, only the one in the active. So I need to bring the HP down enough so that my Hydreigon's attack is actually able to knock this one in the active out, because that tool card is always a pain. If you don't get the math right, then you are going to mess up. Here I played the Dawn. I remember that I was looking for something in particular. I believe it was that Pecharunt. So I did get the Pecharunt. Thankfully, it was not prized. And here I'm just moving energies around. I'd rather have the water energy attached to the Ogerpon and move over some of the other energies that Hydreigon needs onto the Hydreigon. So I have 2 Blissies, so I'm able to do just that. That's what's so cool about Blissey, just able to move your energies around the field. Here I'm attaching an energy to the Pecharunt, just so that I can possibly attack with him towards the end game and take out one of the Garchomps. But at this moment, I'm able to now Obsidian all of the Roserades. The ones on the bench have exactly 130 HP, so thankfully they didn't attach the tool to them, and I am able to knock out all 3 Roserades. Now my Hydreigon is safe. There's nothing that the Garchomp can do to knock it out. But let's see, because I remember that I did not attack with my Hydreigon my next turn. So what did he do here to take out my Hydreigon? I honestly think he attacks twice into it. But he does have the unfair stamp. I honestly have not seen that A-Spec in quite a while, so I was not expecting that A-Spec. I thought that the Garchomps would play the tool card, the one that does 50 more damage to Pokemon EX, but that wouldn't make sense either, because you definitely always want to attach those bands. I think they're called rigid bands. No, the power weight. So I honestly don't know what A-Spec Garchomp usually plays. I guess it is the unfair stamp. It does make sense. Why does it make sense? I don't know. Prime Catcher would be fine as well. I just had not seen this one in a while. So he does attack me with a second attack, which does make it so that he has to discard all of his energy. So that means he's definitely not going to be attacking with this one the next turn. So what I want to do here is just start spreading damage around so that all the Garchomps have some damage on them. I remember that's what I was thinking in my head, but I still took out the Roserade, even though I think that was a misplay. I should have just put damage on all the Garchomps so that my Pecharunt can just come up and clean up any of them, because he's definitely not going to be attacking with the Roserade. So that's kind of where I messed up, because now I need to find a boss in order to take out the Garchomp that does have damage on it, because he, of course, is going to promote the Garchomp with no damage, attack with it, and force me to have the Gust in order to win the game. And if he pairs this up with an Iono or something like that, that's going to be even worse. I don't know how many cards how many cards do I have in hand? Okay, I have a bunch, but I don't have the boss. What do I do here to search for it? Let's see. So we got the Fezandipiti. Let's see. Is this going to help me find the boss? 1, 2, 3. Nope. Looks like I did not find the boss. So I have to stall here in some way and ensure that he does not have games. So what do I do here? He has 2 prizes left. I think I'm going to stall. I think I'm going to stall again with the Teal Mask Ogerpon and hope that he doesn't have a second energy, because if he does, then that's game over for me. So I play out my hand as much as I can. I have another Glass Trumpet, which is perfect. Lets me accelerate more energies. If I had a... Wait, what? Okay, so no. Mew wouldn't be able to knock out. So I was thinking that I could copy Mew's attack and knock out the active, but no, it's a full HP Garchomp, so I can't do that. So yeah, I go for the play where I stall until I can find a boss. So we're going to stall this active Garchomp. If he doesn't have the energy, I'm safe. Looking at his hand, he does not have the energy. So the only thing he can do is play his last Gatorade just so that he can draw more cards. And let's see, what do I find here? Ultra Ball. Yep, that's perfect. Gets it then down my hand even more, even though I am going to be seeing some of the cards that I put at the bottom. So it's going to make it a little bit harder to find the boss, but it's better than nothing. We get to play down the Ultra Ball, search out for boss, and let's see if I get him here on in this turn. 2. Yep, there it is. We got the boss. I can now retreat into the Pecharunt, use my Blissey to move some energy, and boss the Garchomp with a bunch of HP. So that was the first game. It was a lot of fun. It's really fun playing this deck. You have to just kind of figure out the lines to be able to beat your opponent, and I was able to do that on game 1. Here is game 3. Unfortunately, my phone did die for game 2, so I had to charge it basically during game 2. That way I could record the rest of the games. And game 3 is up against Raging Bolt. Game 2 I did win, so I'm currently 2-0, fighting against the only Raging Bolt in the room. Not many people play Raging Bolt anymore, even though recently there has been some success with it. In Merida, I believe it got 2nd place at the latest regional over there. But this guy's been playing Raging Bolt since before then. He's just, I don't know, I guess he just really likes Raging Bolt. It is a fun, easy deck to play. You can get easy wins with it because you always brick less than your opponents for the most part. But here he does the usual thing. You go for the Fan Rotom and you get your Hoot Hoots and your Noctowls to set up for the next turn. And that's pretty much it. That was it for his first turn. He didn't get down any Raging Bolts. And I think he just passes the turn. Oh, he does attach 1 energy. And on to my turn. I go with the Arven. I am able to set up, but I do want to be a little bit careful here because I know he has access to the Noctowls. So next turn, he should be able to do or knock out whatever he wants. So what I do is I make sure that I don't give him any 2-prizers because in this matchup, he can just go 2-prize, 2-prize, 2-prize. So I use my trolley and I only bench single-prize Pokemon. If I attack the active, there's no way that Raging Bolt is able to get into the active spot and knock it out because they don't play switch cards. They only play Prime Catcher. So the only thing they're going to be able to do is Prime Catcher up something from the bench. So that's my plan here is why I only bench my single prize Pokemon. And I'm going to only keep them as single prize Pokemon until I'm able to figure out what play I want to go for. So I bench here a Hydreigon, 2 Munkidoris, and 2 Blissies. And actually there goes the second Zweilous. So I attack into the active, the Fan Rotom. At this point I kind of want him to attack into me because right now he can only attack with the Fan Rotom into the active unless he wants to bring up anything from the bench. And if he attacks into me, that means it just gives me some damage that I can move around with my Munkidoris. And it's always good to be able to move damage around with Munkidori. So let's see what he does here. He plays the Crispin, gets 2 energies, 1 lightning, 1 grass. One is going to be going onto the Raging Bolt, and the other one's going to be used for the Teomask Ogerpon ability. Draw a card. He has quite a bit of cards in hand, so I definitely want to disrupt his hand at some point here pretty soon. But yeah, all he does end up attacking into the active, 70 damage. I now have 70 damage to play with, and I immediately go and attach a Dark onto the Munkidori, move 30. I didn't know if he had the second Noctowl in hand because I think he only grabbed a 1 from the first Fan Rotom. So I was thinking that I'm going to try and knock out this Noctowl before he's able to use it, but unfortunately he did immediately already have the Noctowl. I probably should have known since he had quite a big hand. That would have been a better move if I had Iono'd, but I didn't. So I probably should have moved that honestly to a Raging Bolt or something a little bit more significant there, because now that damage is just going to stay on the Noctowl. I'm probably never going to move damage over there again. But he does boss over the Zweilous. He just wants to start taking some prizes, and yeah, he goes for the knockout here. He now has 1 prize, and I have still taking 0. So again, we're going to move over some damage. This time, probably going to move it to a Raging Bolt. That makes a lot more sense. Makes it a little bit easier to knock out if I'm able to get into a Hydreigon with the first attack. And in this game, I think the first attack is pretty good. Just because you can probably discard some resources, be it Sadas or energy retrievals, anything like that that allows him to retrieve energy cards. The first attack is also good against Goldango, but honestly, that is a really horrible matchup, so I'd rather just not play against it. And that actually does come into play here, whether or not I play against a Goldango. I'll talk about it here later, but for now, I go ahead and promote a Munkidori, specifically the one that doesn't have the Dark, because I just want to keep that guy safe in the bench, although I do end up attaching a Dark to the active Munkidori anyway, so it really didn't matter. We were always going to attack here with a Munkidori because I don't have much else going on in my hand, and I don't want to attack with the Blissey because I'll just get knocked out with the Raging Bolt, so I'd rather him kind of had to work for it more. His Raging Bolt does get confused with this Munkidori attack, so he either has to retreat into another Pokemon
or he could probably play the Prime Catcher. I don't remember what he goes for here. Most likely a Prime Catcher. I do see it there in the hand. So let's see what he goes for here. Probably it'd be better to go for the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Easier knockout, just 3 energies versus a bunch more energies on the Blissey. He could probably save that for the end game. But yeah, he does bench the second Raging Bolt, and it looks like he's going to attack with the baby Raging Bolt. I don't know why. So he's going to retreat. Okay, no. So yeah, he does Prime Catcher the Teal Mask Ogerpon and is going to go for the knockout. I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. Probably thinking which energy to discard. Honestly, I would have discarded all the energy from the active because it's easy to knock out at this point, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and swing into it with a Blissey. That way I can draw some cards because Blissey's attack is pretty cool. It has a secondary effect where you draw up to 6 prize cards. So I get an Ultra Ball out of this Arven just to try to thin down my hand and get more cards for the next turn. I think I'm going to go for a Fezandipiti. Makes a lot of sense here. And let's see. What do I get here? Don't know what I got. But yeah, I'm just going to attach for turn. And attach the Baton tool card. Honestly, I love that tool card in this deck. It just lets you set up your Hydreigon so well. Because once they take a knockout on it, all the energy, if your Pokemon has 4 retreat cost, then you can move your energies to your Pokemon in any way you like. So all those energy can just go straight into a Hydreigon, and you instantly set up the Obsidian attack. So let's see what I do here. He's drawing a bunch of cards, playing his Teal Mask Ogerpon. He does attach the tool card, which is a little bit annoying, onto this Raging Bolt. It's going to make it a lot more difficult to actually knock it out. But honestly, if I can attack with Obsidian, I can just attack with Obsidian twice now and win the game, because I'll use the first one to knock out the 2 Noctowls and the Raging Bolt, and then the next turn, or sorry, not knock it out the Raging Bolt, but I'll take 2 prizes from the Noctowls and put some damage on the Raging Bolt that will then make it easier to knock out for the next turn, because he still has 3 prizes left, and so do I. He goes down to 1, so at this point, the main thing I want to do is Iono him to 1 and make it a little bit difficult for him to draw into the cards he needs to take a knockout. So I promote my Hydreigon. I don't know, or sorry, my Zweilous. It's not even evolved. I'm hoping that I can get the evolution here with the Fezandipiti, and I think I do. Nope, looks like I don't. So I'm going to go in with the, oh, yeah, that's right. That makes a lot more sense with the Lillie's Clefairy, which all I need here, yeah, since I attached the tool card that allows me to attack for 1 colorless energy less. So all I need is the psychic energy, and I'm able to knock out this Raging Bolt since it is weak to psychic Pokemon now. Then my Clefairy does 20 damage for each Pokemon on the bench, both mine and my opponent. So I did a lot of damage there. Going into this next turn, all I need now is just a boss, and I win the game. So let's see what happens here. He looks like he doesn't have any more Raging Bolts in his deck, so he pulls out the Slitherwing, which that could be a problem. But no, I think even then, the Clefairy has quite a bit of damage. But he could honestly set it up and knock out any, like my Zweilous, any of my benched single prize Pokemon. Thankfully, though, since I did Iono him to 1, he was not able to get everything that he needs. He did get a Sada, though, so that's kind of scary. These Raging Bolt players, they always draw into what they need to win the game, but not this time. This time he wasn't able to get it. He wasn't able to get there, so he's a little bit stuck. I start noticing by the way that he's playing. He grabs a Grass Energy, trying to dig deeper into the deck, and he does a play that I was not expecting, which was to bench the Cornerstone Ogerpon. Now I can't win because I can't attack into it with my Clefairy, and unfortunately I did not have a boss, so instead I just play another Iono, and at this point time has been called, so I won't get another turn, and unfortunately this is going to end in a tie. So I was really close to winning this matchup, but because of time, maybe there was times that I could have played faster, but unfortunately it does go into a tie. But I do give my opponent the win because otherwise I would have had to play Goldango, and I didn't want to do that. So I let him play Goldango. He has a better matchup into Goldango. So I went on to play Mewtwo's Rocket's Mewtwo. So this is going to be a really good deck in the next format once rotation happens. But right now it's still good. It's just gonna be way better later. But maybe this guy's just practicing. Although I have seen him played a few times now. So yeah, he just has a lot of practice with the deck now. But he does have a slow start. I once again start my Arven, so I'm able to trolley and start accelerating some energies. For the first trolley, I do end up benching a Zweilous, Munkidori, the Teal Mask Ogerpon, Lillie's Clefairy, and the Blissey. So the main reason I benched the Lillie's Clefairy was because he just started the Mimikyu and passed, so that gave me an option to try and win next turn, but unfortunately he puts down the Mewtwo straight away. He retreats because the Mimikyu does have free retreat, and this is kind of a crazy play, to be honest. He's able to string up this play where he attaches the Darkness energy, the Rocket's energy, whatever it's called, that counts as 2 energies, and he takes out my Munkidori. So he puts some damage onto the Teal Mask Ogerpon. He does copy my second attack because the Mimikyu does copy Terra Pokemon's attacks, which is honestly pretty busted. So he takes out the Munkidori, puts some damage onto the Teal Mask. On my next turn, I set up one of my Blissies, and then I still go for the attack to just take the knockout on the active with my Lillie's Clefairy. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'm pretty safe this turn because there's no energy on any of the Mewtwo, so I don't need to worry about him taking a knockout this turn. This is just going to be a setup turn for him, whereas I'm already applying a lot of pressure with my Clefairy attacker, and hopefully I can set up some more things here in the next turn. Unfortunately, I do play a Dawn. I think I was looking for a Clefairy, a Blissey, but I didn't have any more. All my Clefairies were prized, or sorry, all of my Blissies were prized, so I had to go in for the I forget what the stage 1 is. So I've actually been saying this the stage 1 this whole time. I get the Zweilous. The basic is the Deino. I've been saying Deino. I've been calling Deino Zweilous this whole time. It's probably triggering some of you guys, but yeah, I'm not the best at remembering all these Pokemon names. There's so many of them, and I'm only a Gen 1 and 2er. Those are the main Pokemon games that I've played, and even then, I don't know all the Pokemon names for Gen 1 and Gen 2. So forgive me, but yes, Zweilous. I got a Zweilous. So next turn, I should be able to evolve that into a Hydreigon. And there it is. He passes the turn. He's not able to do much, but set up some Pokemon, attach an energy, and I play my Lillie's Determination because I need to see more cards and start setting up more energies. Energies is what I'm really missing here. So yep, got the second Blissey. So I now have 2 Blissies set up on the bench, and still have my Clefairy that's able to attack in the active, and that's exactly what I do. And it is a knockout, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't wait. I guess no, it's not a knockout. Okay. So just put a lot of damage there onto the Mewtwo. He's able to evolve into the Spidops. That Rocket's phone, whatever it's called, that thing is so good in that deck. It just lets you grab any supporter, and the Rockets deck has so many good supporters, especially that card right there that went up in value. The full arts for these trainer cards in the Rockets deck are starting to skyrocket, just because people are starting to understand that this is going to be a good deck in the future after rotation. So yeah, I can't even tell you guys to pick them up now because they're probably already up there. So it might still be a good idea to get them right now because they could potentially keep going up, but who knows? They could eventually die down. It's just the initial hype of the cards right now. So let's see, setting up another Spidops. Moving some energies around. What am I going to do about the active? Or what is he going to do about the active? I think he just leaves it in the active. I don't think he's able to do anything. He couldn't attack. So he's setting up his Spite Up so that he can knock out my Hydreigon, because Hydreigon is weak to grass. That is one unfortunate thing about playing against this matchup. But I go ahead and play a Turo, pick up my Mew to bench another Munkidori since he did knock out my the first one. And I don't know why I decide to attack with Munkidori here. I think it would have been fine to just knock out with the Lillie's Clefairy, but yeah, I guess I just wanted to be safe and promote a single prizer here into the active, because I am able to knock out the Mewtwo with the Munkidori's attack, which I guess is a fine play. I mean, I guess it's good to be able to attack with a single prizer. Just makes it so that my opponent has to have boss. But the Team Rocket's deck, honestly, they have a lot of gust options. They have the Giovanni's card, they have boss, they have counter catchers. They have a lot of ways to be able to choose whatever they want to knock out. So I don't know if it was the best play to attack with the Munkidori, because I did just waste some energies. I could have moved those energies elsewhere. But at least now, if he does boss around or gust around the Munkidori, I at least have the dark that still remains on there. So let's see what he ends up going for here. He promoted the Tarantula. He must have the Spite Ups in hand, right? Okay. Did he just attach to the Mewtwo? Okay, benching some more Spite Ups. Oh, okay. He's just setting up his Mewtwo. And he knocks out the Munkidori. Alright, so he's going very slow here. I think that's his first prize of the game. We're currently at 3 prizes left, so if I could take the knockout here, that's... oh, I remember what happens here. Okay, so Mewtwo is weak to dark, so that makes it very easy for me to get the knockout with my Hydreigon. And that is exactly what I do. And something really cool happens right now. I'm going to Iono, try to disrupt him in case this play doesn't work out. Okay, just thinning my hand out. And get to draw with Mew. Bench another Deino. Attach Dark, and then all I have to do now is move an energy, and I'm able to take the knockout on the Mewtwo since it is weak to Dark. So I announced the first attack, Crashing Headbutt, which also discards the top 3. I love that first attack too. I just think Hydreigon is such a cool card. The first attack is good, the second attack is good. And then, yeah, I do end up drawing my Chansey for my prize cards, which if I flip heads, I get to take an extra prize card, and that is exactly what happens. That's the reason that I play those specific Chansey. And that was it for the night. I won 3 games, tied 1. Even though it does show up as a loss, I did split my winnings with the guy that got first place, Jordo, and I ended up with $70.50.